touch a little bit more on Elastic then? Because I know Elastic is doing a bunch of different things, right? They've kind of got a zillion different products, a zillion different directions they're going in.
I've seen about that, yeah.
From previous things that I've read from you, though, Matthew, you've kind of shown that they've got kind of three pillars that they're building around, right? They've got enterprise search, they've got observability, they've got security. Is this kind of a more focused Elastic, would you say, or how do you consider Elastic as an investment in a business?
Very interesting company, and one I know a lot about just from my use as a developer. It does seem at first glance that they're a little scattered in their market approach. It's very simple, and they've boiled it. They've gotten their marketing under control a little bit, and a much more focused approach at their product line right now. Exactly what you said. They have three pillars that they're striving for, really three verticals. So they've got a core stack that they've created called the Elastic Stack, and that has the core Elasticsearch database, Kibana, which is a visualization and dashboarding tool over it, and then a lot of other tooling about how to ingest data into Elasticsearch. But they've figured ways to take that core and focus on specific market verticals. So the easy one right off the gate is observability, which is monitoring your own infrastructure. And so you can monitor logs, metrics, you can monitor your applications in real time. It's called APM, application performance monitoring. All that goes under that observability banner. And so that approach is more geared towards IT and developers. So they can be watching their infrastructure and the services that run on it and have complete vision into their own stacks of software and hardware services. Beyond that, they have gotten into enterprise search. That's kind of through an acquisition of a subsidiary called SwiftType that was built on the core open source Elasticsearch product. But they've adopted it, and it's enterprise search. And again, it kind of has three directions that they're focused on there. It's workforce search. So like I was describing with Mongo, they want to sit over the workforce, and everything that the workforce uses, they want to provide a search interface over. So it is your Gmail accounts, your Office documents, your Jira tickets, all that you can have a search interface over geared and secured per user, so that you can basically have a giant search engine over your entire company's knowledge. So really exciting product. And then more traditionally, they have search interfaces where you can pipe in the web content, such as if you're e-commerce or a publisher, you can be putting your, your published content into a search interface as well. And so those are all managed SaaS, enterprise-facing services that are more geared for actual enterprise users, not for developers. Now, any developer could build that themselves within the Elasticsearch themselves. And then the third pillar is security. So a heavy use case of Elastic was already as a SIEM, which is a dashboard into all your security metrics. So your network traffic and your services. So this is already something you may have already hooked up on that observability pillar for IT and developers to look at. Now you can have cybersecurity and the specific ways they want to look and deal with the data, looking at that same core data in Elastic, but more from the cybersecurity perspective. And then Elastic, in addition to all that, has purchased a endpoint protection cybersecurity provider called Endgame. And now they're in that space as well. They're like directly trying to protect the devices from malware. And so they're taking a really interesting approach, but from a marketing angle, it seems a little scattered at first, but it's really those three core pillars: observability, enterprise search, and security, that they're revolving around and selling into. And that's really where they get competition. They don't have competition so much with the core product. They are the name in search, just like Mongo is the name in NoSQL. But it's now that they're spinning into verticals, is where they get competition with Datadog, CrowdStrike, and some other SaaS providers.